It's game design day. I'm really psyched. We're starting 1 week of a game a day based on different random challenges that I've set myself. And day one was, well, I put it this way. This is not the order of the prompts that I originally had, but I did resort them according to inspiration for like how much time I have per day. Because I don't have, I'm not going to be game designing all day long with no breaks. Okay, this is supposed to be fun and joyful and a bit of a challenge. And it's not a challenge really if I take like 24 hours. So today's challenge is to design a game inspired by a movie on my Winter Vibes watch list, which I will link below. It's a letterbox list, and I put them in like the wheel, spun the wheel, and I got the Conjuring. So what I've come up with so far is that we're going to do a Verhext Nochmal Adventure module. So that's an adventure module for a game that I've designed, where you're gonna get, I think, 2 cats, 2 new playable characters, a new adventure table, and maybe 2 new areas of magic inspired by The Conjuring. It's gonna get a little dark. But first, breakfast. Very important. Today's meal, I don't know if you can see it, butter chicken and rice. Ignore my laundry. That was a very good breakfast. That was my nose running from the butter chicken. And that's how you know it was really good. My 2 areas of magic that I think I'm going to introduce to the world of Verhext Nochmal are, one of them is inspired by The Conjuring, and the other is kind of inspired by Now You See Me, because I saw Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and I loved it. I love those movies. I've loved those movies since they first came out. I've seen them so many times. And I recently rewatched all of them again, right after I saw the new one. So I was thinking it would be really funny to kind of introduce stage magic, because previously in Verhext Nochmal, all of the magic is real. You know, this is a coven of witches, and you play as their magic cat familiars who also have magic. So I think it'd be really funny if the 2 new cats for this module are an illusionist named Mudini and a necromancer named Cersei. You have to. You have to pay tribute a little bit. I'm so sorry. It's the butter chicken. That's how you know it was good. I'm like still sweating and like my nose is running. I keep having to clear my throat. So I was thinking illusionist Mudini and necromancy cat Cersei come in with their witches, and Cersei's witch is obviously a necromancer. Like for real. And Mudini is just a little stage magician cat. And their witch, quote unquote, is just a magician who can't do real magic or couldn't do real magic. But I was thinking like, and they were roommates. So I'm thinking the illusionist put up an ad for a roommate, and amongst interests was like, I'm like, you know, I like this, I like that, I like magic, I love magic. And the necromancer was like, tight! Finally, I'm gonna have a coven, like we're gonna cut together. And it's just like this necromancer moving in with their 8,000 cursed objects, and like they meet like the other quote unquote witch who's just a magician. And I was like, there's a lot of chaos that could come from that, and I think those type 2 cats meeting each other would be really interesting. So that is the premise for this adventure module. Now I have to write the little catastrophe stuff and their details. Okay, so I doodled out the chart and ideas and some design ideas, which will be next. And then can I flip the camera on this? How does that work? Okay. Oop, technical. There we go. And here we are, 5 pages of Meow You See Me. I could not help it. I know it's corny. I don't care. We've got 2 new types of magic. We've got a new catastrophe table. We've got new stats for 2 new characters. And some overhauled gameplay. And the setting. The setting is pretty cool. I will say so myself. I do say so myself. She's cute. It is 2:39, so it's 2:40 p.m. I technically did finish the game, but I always like to include streaming kits and an illustrated version. So I'm going to start working on the illustrated version, I have a bunch of inspiration stuff from like old magic posters and also some stuff like some old like witchcraft like designs and books and stuff. So I'm going to be using those as jumping points for the inspiration for the little illustrated game book or zine. It's so small. So that hopefully by the end of the day I can upload both. I think great progress is being made. This is Mewdini. He's a magician's cat assistant. He can't do real magic, but he can do stage magic. He's a bit of a ham. So y'all know I like the vintage illustrations, so I have like some vintage stuff from both like necromancy stuff and like witchcraft, but also like some like stage magic stuff. I'm trying to blend them all together a bit. So right now I'm just doing the cat portraits. And next up is, after Mewdini, is Circe, the necromancer's cat. And also in the background, we've got some The Conjuring. Currently doing one of my least favorite things in the world, which is when I have a font that is hollow and I've moved and I've distorted it a bit, and then I've decided I actually want it to be filled in, and I can't. There is no filled in version, so you have to go in with a tiny, tiny pixel brush and fill it all in yourself. That's why this is so zoomed the fuck in right now. That's as cute as Patoot. It's gonna be about this tiny. And we did it. The game is up, so it's plain text only with promo and cover images that are illustrated in the style that I'll be illustrating the rest of the game book in after this Design Week challenge is over, or in between if I have time. It's going to come with an audiobook version, like all my games eventually will, and many do. Then it'll come with the illustrated game book and illustrated streaming kits. But for now, you can get it on cutespatoot.itch.io, and you can pick up a copy and play it already. You don't have to wait. And then everything that I add, you'll already get because you already own the game. I'll just be adding files. Proud. Okay, so day one over. Very happy, very proud, really in love with these Pookies that I created. They're so pooky, and I love them so much. And I'm really proud of the game. It's such a cute concept. It's so fun. It's so funny. Let me get you guys my favorite catastrophe. I may have just realized that in the illustrated version, it says Meow You See Me instead of Meow You See Me. So I'm gonna go fix that. I'm making a mistake on the illustration instead of the PDF. Pain. But one of my favorite catastrophes is actually a little Evil Dead reference. So it starts off with, "What do you mean you read from the Book of the Dead and now we're stuck in the Middle Ages facing an undead skeleton army? What part of don't read from the Book of the Dead was unclear in the house rules?" And then it says, "Say hi to Ash if you see him." Or, you know what? Maybe don't. He's kind of... Anyway, yeah. Anyway, so defeat the evil army of dim lighting, darkness, the army of darkness, right? Find the Book of the Dead again and go back home to the present. That's it. No biggie. You can do this. Your humans were taken hostage when they landed in the Middle Ages with you, so okay, save them before you go home, but then go home. Going home sounds great. Good plan. Okay, so I fixed the illustration. Luckily, I had credited the game correctly, so good. But yeah, first day done. Happy. Oh, wait. Buy my game. Go buy my game. Please. It's $5. Go buy my game. You're gonna love it. I think so. I think you're really gonna love it. I think you specifically are really gonna love it. Okay.